Hi, everyone. I am Chris O'Connor, and I have a guest here with us today. I'm with State of Search. I'm the chairperson, and we are trying to do a little conversation with our speakers that are coming to State of Search in October 24th and 25th. And today we have Ruth. I am so excited to introduce you to her. So tell us about yourself, Ruth, and what you're going to talk about at State of Search.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Hi, I'm Ruth Reedy. I am the CEO at Upbuild. We are a digital marketing agency specializing in advanced web analytics, technical SEO, and full funnel digital marketing strategy. Have been working in SEO and in digital marketing since 2006. I've had stints in-house as a consultant and at agencies. I've been at Upbuild for about 6 years. And this will be, gosh, I don't even know, maybe my fifth time speaking at State of Search. It's always one of my favorite conferences of the year, especially since I live in Oklahoma City, so I can drive, which is nice. And at State of Search this year, I'm really excited to talk about one of my favorite SEO tools, Screaming Frog. So I think
Nice.
most of us in SEO use Screaming Frog in some capacity, but a lot of people that I talk to really only use it as a crawler, which is at its core what it was built to do and how it started out. And over time, I think every time Screaming Frog launches a new update, they just launched a new one today, which I haven't even had a chance to dig into yet. They seem to have a really great understanding of the kinds of functionality that a digital marketer might need to use. But in addition to all of that out of the box functionality, which I think Screaming Frog, like I said, does a great job of improving on iteratively every time they launch a new update to the product, there are so many options for customization under the hood of Screaming Frog that I think a lot of marketers don't really realize the true potential of. So my talk is going to be on Screaming Frog hacks to do all kinds of marketing tasks, not just things like finding 404 errors on your site and redirect chains and the classic uses of a cron tool that we all know and love, but also how to find and diagnose really specific problems on your site, whether that is problems with internal linking, opportunities to expand content. You can even use their functionality around APIs to automate and rerun a lot of processes and checks, and then send those to yourself as alerts to have an ongoing snapshot of the overall site health of whatever site you're working on. There's so much you can do with Screaming Frog that many people I talk to are already paying for other tools to do, even though Screaming Frog is A, very cheap for an SEO tool, and B, you're almost certainly already paying for it. So I'm really, really, really excited to get to talk about as many Screaming Frog tips as I can fit into my time slot. And I'll probably have to cut some, which is going to be hard for me. But coming out of that, you will have so many new ideas for how to use this tool that you already have, so many new playbooks, especially when you get into using things like regular expressions to get really granular with the data that you're finding and extracting and using in all kinds of ways to power search engine marketing.
Wow, I'm ready. I mean, I learned about Screaming Frog probably back in 2007 from Bill Hartzer, and
Mm-hmm.
it was very confusing to me back then. Of course, I wasn't at that time a digital marketer as I am today, but I can guarantee you there is probably a ton of stuff that I don't even have a clue that would be super beneficial for my clients. And so I can't wait to hear what you get to share with all of us. And
It's gonna be really
I'm
fun, and I'm
ready.
looking forward to
I'm
it.
ready.
I'm
Let's
ready
go.
too.
So if you're wanting to come to State of Search in Richardson, Texas, Dallas, Texas, it's October 24th and 25th. I have it listed at the bottom of here. It's at the Renaissance Hotel. Just go to stateofsearch.org and you can learn all about it. But before we go, Ruth, I have two questions for you. One's kind of a silly question, and one might be a little more serious. I don't know if it's serious, but it'll be an interesting question. So,
Hit me. I'm
which one
ready.
you want first?
Let's do silly first.
Okay. What's your favorite fast food?
My favorite fast food.
Mhm.
Well, so I just got back from a trip to Seattle. I'm from Seattle. I lived there my whole life until about 10 years ago when I moved to Oklahoma City. And every time I go back, I have to go to Taco Time, which is a regional chain. It is what I grew up eating. It was like my family's go to fast food place. And the nostalgia factor, and I think the food is really good, is definitely my go to. Here in Oklahoma City, I think the fast food that I go to the most is probably Whataburger,
Yep.
which
Yep.
if y'all are coming to Texas for State of Search, y'all can hit up Whataburger.
Yeah, we got lots of them around here. We definitely
Yeah,
do. Well, I love Seattle, and I really didn't know that you were from Seattle, and I love Pike's
yeah,
Market and all that kind of good stuff. And I got friends that still live there,
me
so
too.
and they come tailgate with us all the time. So it's kind of fun and exciting to learn where people are from. So
Yeah.
taco time. I don't know that I've ever eaten there when I was in
Next time you're
Seattle,
in
but
Seattle, you should hit it up.
I'm going. I'm going. I promise you. That's for sure. So my next question for you is, who do you feel is the next up and coming digital marketer?
Oh, wow. I don't think I could limit it to just one person. There are so many people in our space doing so many new, cool, interesting things. I don't think that I could pick just one person. I will say that whenever somebody asks me who is, I think there are two sides to this question. One
Mhm.
is who is doing cool stuff and talking about it a lot. There are a lot of people in our industry, but honestly, I found this to be the case and I still do. Some of the people doing the best digital marketing are people that we have never heard of. They're just at work, they're doing it, they're not in the industry, and they're doing stuff we've never heard of. And that's their choice. So I definitely could not, like, I'm trying to think, I want to say like everybody at Upbuild, certainly are, well, many of them are pretty well established marketers at this point, but yeah, I don't know that I could pick just one person.
It is. It's a tough question, and
It
it's a
is.
serious
I
question.
was at MozCon when I was in Seattle and met so many new people that I hadn't met before, who were so smart and so cool and doing so many interesting things. I think as an industry, having been part of this industry since it was pretty small and pretty scrappy, just seeing the way that we're coming into our own and how many more people there are doing interesting things, it's great to see, and it makes me really excited for the future.
Yeah, and the millennials aren't afraid to try new things,
Well, I mean,
and
I'm a
experiment.
millennial and I'm almost 40. We're talking
Mhm.
about Gen Z at this point.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm a baby boomer, so I look at millennials, right? But
Mhm.
so yeah, it's very interesting what the new things, the Web3 and crypto and all that kind of good stuff is really starting to. I see taking heading in the direction that I'm not sure where it's going, but it's very
Mhm.
interesting to watch
Yeah.
and do. But so I just want to say thank you so much for being here today on our short little interview. And I can't wait for State of Search.
Me
And
too.
I'm so excited to be back in person,
Yeah.
even though we do offer it virtually too, but we're back in person. So we hope that you join us and come see Ruth and all our other speakers. We got some top notch speakers. And thank you so much, Ruth. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks so much.